Hello everyone, welcome to Kalpa Kendra Tarot. The topic that we would be covering today is going to be about your ex's breakup feelings. So if you had a breakup with somebody, only then this reading is going to be relevant. And we always have, not always, but we definitely, most of us have somebody that we have at some point broken up with in our life. So if you want to find out what exactly their feelings were when they broke up with you, then this is the reading that you can listen to. I must say that the inspiration for this reading came up when a topic like this actually got suggested in my algorithm, like in my YouTube recommendation. I lost it. I lost the reading. I almost I couldn't attend to that notification immediately. I actually got busy with something else, and then I did not find the reading again. But the topic stayed with me. I don't know, like some of you might have already might have seen this reading with somebody else. I'm not sure. Again, I could have given her the credit. I could have said I'm not sure if it's her or him, but I think I would have given the person the credit to inspire me regarding this reading, because I did get inspired by somebody's reading, but I don't know who it was. But I did want to do a video on this topic after I kept thinking about that topic for a while. So that's the reading I'm presenting to you today, and for that you have three options. So what you're going to do is that if you want to know about somebody's feelings, what they were thinking, or how they felt about the breakup you guys had, or how they have perceived the breakup, what is the takeaway from the breakup, how they view you after it, I don't know what we are going to find. I just want to look into their breakup feelings, and let's give spirit a free hand regarding what it wants to bring us. So we will just go with the reading as it progresses, and for that I'm going to introduce the three options that are there for you today. So for group 1, we have leopard skin jasper. For group 2, we have carnelian. And for group 3, we have appetite. These are your three cards: group 1, group 2, group 3. So what you do is that you close your eyes and think about the person that you want to know about, what their breakup feelings were when you two broke up. And this could also be relevant for a person maybe that you are still with, but you had broken up at some point. So if you want to find out what the feelings exactly were when you guys had broken up, it just came to me that you could be asking a question like that as well. So when you guys had gone through a breakup, what their feelings were, in order to find out, you gotta close your eyes, think about the person, maybe think about the moment as well, and then open your eyes and see which card or which stone you feel drawn to, and selecting that, you gotta meet me at the click of your timestamp. Hello, yeah, group 1. So if you had selected this card, leopard skin jasper, welcome to reading. The card says, are people around you suddenly changing their tune? Have you decided it's time to change yours? Do you need to be more flexible like a leopard? Stock yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Observe yourself and those around you. Right, so that's the message in the card. But what I feel about your group 1, is that the situation regarding the breakup and when the breakup happened and everything was very difficult for your person. It was especially difficult because there was a lot of resistance that they faced from the people in their life at the time. So maybe their friends and family had really gotten used to having you around. Right. So sorry if you hear the AC in the background. Can't operate without that in this humidity. Right. So I feel like your person could have found it really difficult to move on from the connection, because a lot of things in their life reminded them of you at a time when you guys had broken up. And why I say that, I don't know, it's from intuition more than what I can see in the cards even. It's the feeling that I'm connecting to, where I feel like it's a very heavy sort of energy. in their heart, where they feel like it will take them a lot of energy to cut ties with you. And mostly they're scared of facing those people and even going back to some of the places. Maybe you guys used to frequently visit some restaurants or some eateries or some place, and they would have to now face those people without you, which they think. And I think you had created a lot of memories together. This could have been one of those connections which lasts over a few years, or maybe a few months, more than few months, I would say. And obviously this connection gave you an opportunity to form a bond that would make them go through some eternal sunshine of the spotless mind sort of moment, where they would feel like they have to go back into their heads and delete a lot of memories they created with you in order to find that peace and solace they need in order to move on from this connection. Yeah, so something like that. And also leopard skin jasper talks about strength and vitality, and also courage in a difficult situation, difficult, like it talks about taking difficult decisions, and finding that strength to make those decisions which are necessary but often not very easy to make, easy to take. Now the love quote that I have for you from like something that I made myself is love quote number 57, which comes down to 12, which would then be reduced to 3. So I do think that you guys were very supportive to each other, and helped each other grow in a very friendly sort of way, where they depended on you to help them out with certain decisions, and you depended on them. So there was a reliance, sort of, yeah, that when I say reliance, it sounds really strange because Reliance is a company in India that we are all very familiar with. But I mean reliance, the word, right? So where you both rely on each other. I raised you so high. Okay, I'm gonna hold it up for you. I raised you so high that every other man on earth is now doomed to live in your shadow. Okay, this quote is by Ranata Suzuki, and it may be a man or a woman. So it basically talks about them putting you on a pedestal, and now everyone else in comparison to you feels pale, like feels pale in comparison to you. And they have had made this comparison over and over in their head with you. I think we do that often in breakups, no, where we end our connection with someone, and then we want to, like, we go over in our heads to think that whether or not we are going to find someone as loving, as caring, as adventurous, or whatever the adjectives are, with which like adjectives that your person attributed to you. They would wonder if they can find somebody who is as dot 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 you know put the adjectives there as you. So it was a difficult decision, it was not easy. And what I can say is that they made a calculation in their head, not like Ross and Rachel, but maybe like Ross and Rachel, where maybe you guys were very close, because Ross and Rachel in Friends were very very close. And you remember, if we have some Friends fans here, then you might know that how Ross was calculating how it is, whether or not it is a good idea to date Rachel or Julie. I think they have had to, even though it sounds horrible, if you look at it that way, even Rachel found it very horrible. I personally don't feel very good about what happened there as well, but I think that they made this calculation over and over again in their head, whether or not they should break up or go back to you. It was a difficult decision. Obviously the outcome of it was a breakup. I don't know if you guys had if you guys have patched up since. I said in the intro itself that it could be so that you break up with this person and then get back together. You may be asking about a person that you had a brief breakup with, and you could be asking about their feelings at the time when they broke up. So I don't know what the status is, but it very much feels like a relationship where even if you had broken up, you might come back together again and again, because there's a lot of energetic exchange. I'm not sure how this shuffling went, and I need to shuffle again. Yeah, yeah, this is satisfying. So for group one, what was I saying? So it just looks like a connection where you guys would reconnect with each other time and again, because it's really not so much about the karmic exchange, not about the karma that you have to resolve with each other. It is more about a connection that you feel at a soul level. Now, I'm not saying that this person was your soulmate or karmic. I'm not even labeling it, but I'm saying that this is more than karma. Even if this person ends up breaking up with you, there is something which would make you guys maybe call up each other from time to time just to ask how they are, because it's important. Maybe they call you up to find out how you are, because it's important to them to know how you are doing and everything. So what was group one person's breakup feelings? So a card flew out. This came out in the reverse, and I think it wants to be reversed. This is the Wheel of Fortune. Their breakup feelings was that it was perfect. It was perfect what they had with you, but it wasn't meant to be. I wonder why it wasn't meant to be. This person put you up on a pedestal. I don't think we discussed this properly. They put you up on a pedestal, and it's just they might have said this to you. If they haven't, let me break it out to you. They think that they are not going to find somebody as either loving, caring, or somebody who loved them as much as you did, or somebody who was as smart as you, or something where you were in some regards, like in some sense, something very perfect, something very close to their ideal. Whatever they hold in their heart to be their ideal, you are very close to that, and that they don't think, or I think they're in love with your mind as well, and they think that nobody is gonna come close to being that match. So their feelings were like, dude, I lost yeah, 9 of Swords. Yeah, I lost that person. That, yeah, so what is coming to my mind is that they, if you guys had been like physically close, so what's coming to my mind is that they loved that physical connection that you had. They felt comfortable when you hugged each other. They felt comfortable in your arms, and that is a sort of closeness or familiarity which is hard to come by. I mean, you can obviously be have a physical relationship with somebody, but being comfortable or feeling like you have found your person, or when you hug that person, when if you feel like this is my person and I'm comfortable, or having the feel, just feeling comfortable to doze off in somebody's arms, or just fall asleep and snore, that sort of comfort they had with you, and that they miss, and they don't think that they are going to be able to, they at that time they felt like they are not going to be able to have that with anybody else, because that comfort, that I don't know why you guys broke up. What was the reason? I mean, this is too painful. Even they in their head would have been like, why did we have to part ways anyway? Like, let me, like, you don't have to let me know. I mean, I'm being that curious cat and probably overstepping my boundaries, but you know your reason. It's just this person had a hard time understanding why you guys were breaking up again. See, the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse, and I feel like they were questioning their move a lot of times, that this is difficult. This is one of the most difficult things I've had to do in my life. I'm just questioning. I know everybody's reason will be different. For some it will be distance, for some it will be family issues, for some it may be finances, for some it may be wanting different things from life. So your reason for not choosing each other, or not wanting to be with each other, or not being able to be with each other may be different, but it's just painful. With the Knight of Swords, they took a call. I mean, you know how you rip off a band-aid like quickly so that it hurts less. It hurts anyway, I mean, but it hurts you fast and quickly, and you just want to get it done with quickly. Knight of Swords is one of those fastest moving knights. is one of, not one of, like, is the fastest moving knights. So what they wanted to do is that they knew that it had to end, that it has to end between the two of you, and they wanted to do it quickly, and they were like, yeah, if it is going to hurt anyway, so let's just get rid of it. Five of Wands, they had to see, with the Nine of Swords and the Five of Wands, they had some sort of a mental and emotional breakdown after this episode. It wasn't easy, which I felt with the leopard skin itself. Yeah, so it's a difficult situation in every which way. This they are, I think even their friends would have been aware of this, that it took them a long time to just stop talking about you with their friends and their associates or people who are close to them. Their family might also be aware of this situation, because I don't think that they could have forgotten you or just could have snap out of it like that. I mean, it took them a while. It took them a while, and they had to face a lot of questions with the emperor. Okay, they went on pretending, especially at work, that it's nothing, and I don't think a lot of people know about this at their work, but a lot of people in their personal life, people who they are close to and probably share their like more like subtler feelings with, or deeper feelings with, they may be aware of the situation, and they have had to face questions from uh, people. I'm not sure what this person has done. Like, if this person had a moment where with someone else, which can be labeled as cheating, if they are the ones who cheated on you or something, I don't know what happened, but they had to face questions. They were very guilty, they were very sorry, they kept thinking about whether or not it's the right thing to do, whether or not there is any way they can avoid it. With the moon, it affected them very, very deeply, and with the Page of Pentacles, it feels like they had to work on themselves and literally build themselves, put themselves together and build themselves back again bit by bit, in order to operate, like, properly function in the world, in the real world. Okay, so that's their breakup feelings. But over, like, by and large, they try to not show people what they were feeling inside and how broken they were inside. I do see a child, I'm not sure if that is the case, not like a child born out of this connection, although it may be the case, but I do see there being a child that they were pretending to be happy around. This child could be somebody in their family, or could be a child that, you know, one of their friends' children or something, where they pretended to be happy every day, and it was taking a toll on them emotionally, if you ask me. But anyway, they had to pretend, they had to, like, keep the mask on with the moon, and I end with the moon and I start with the moon. They probably had to talk to a therapist as well regarding the situation. Knight of Pentacles, you see, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, it was a slow process. Putting themselves back together was a slow process, because they felt broken by this incident. They felt that they would not be able to feel the same again. And I just saw the Strength card, and I do know that it took them a lot of strength with Leopard Skin Jasper. I do know that it took them some strength and a lot of energy to pull themselves out of the situation and establish themselves as a functional unit in the society once again. With the Devil, they had to open themselves up to other options in a very um, like, what do I say, in a very senseless sort of way. You know how our friends force us to date, or, you know, they themselves forced themselves to look at other options. They are like, sorry, at that point they were like, no, this cannot go on. I'm sure there are other people. I'm sure this cannot be, like, group one cannot be the end of the world. I'm sure there are other people. And they forced themselves to like, get out of this situation. And the Magician, they ended up, they tried a lot of things. It's just everything that is recommended to us to get over a person, whether the recommendation comes from a Google list or a friend that we talk to, one of those friends that we call up and we are like, please suggest something so that I can get over this, get over with this chapter in my life. And that friend comes up with suggestions like, dude, I'm telling you, do this, and it should work. So they tried everything, whatever their friends suggested, whatever Google suggested, they really tried. And they were really, oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, look at the, oh god, it's like, the cards are trying to come out. And it was really literally like that with them, where they felt like it's the end of the world, they will never find anybody else, you are the one, this and that. It was very, very difficult, guys. I don't know what happened between the two of you. This was very difficult for this person, King of Pentacles. And then they thought to themselves that I am going to focus on my career, I'm going to invest all this energy that I have, all this energy that I have for the love and everything, because they understood that they need to work on themselves at some level. And I'm gonna the Tower. And their reality was collapsing a little bit, like they couldn't handle what was happening. It was like spiraling out of control. And so they thought that if at all there is this crisis moment in my life, yeah, so they thought that if at all there's this crisis moment in my life where I have to see the things in my life or the things that I've built over a period of time collapse. And they weren't really going through a hard time only in relationship. It was like, what is this German saying, that when difficult times or hard times come, they seldom come alone, something like that. Or when bad luck comes, it seldom comes alone, something like that. So it wasn't only in relationship that they were facing a challenging period. They were facing challenges in other aspects too, which became clearer to them once you left their life. They thought that they had certain things together. Maybe they thought that they had a nice set of friends or a great job or something like that, but it started collapsing. And they were focusing on building their career first. They thought that whatever energy I have in me, instead of just spending it on missing somebody or thinking about things that are not meant to be, I should focus on building myself. And if they are operating at a lower consciousness, low vibrational things, like if at all their consciousness isn't at the height that we would understand energy and how inner work works, in that case, this person thought that if I have money, if I build my career, and if I'm rich, then I can get anybody. They thought like that. It's a collective reading. Different people will respond differently with this energy. Some of them will constructively focus on their career, and some of them will use their career as a bait to get someone else, right? So they really focused on their career at this point. Different people for different reasons. And what we have, King of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles, and the Hermit. And they started, I don't think the King of Wands wants to come out in the reverse. I saw it in the reverse, but what happened is that they were not worried about them attracting someone like some other partner for a while, and they just kept investing in themselves and their own growth and just slowly building themselves from scratch. Yeah, that's the word. Building themselves from scratch, focusing on themselves. Justice, they thought that whatever is right, like if this person is right for me, group one is right for me, I would get some group one back, and if not, then I have to let them go. I saw the strength card, so I do know that it took them a lot of strength to move on, or just operate properly during this phase in their life, right? Come on, get focused. Why would you do this? Hello. Yes, right. So that's your card. It really took them a lot of strength. So that was your reading, group one. This was their breakup feelings, and by no means this was an easy breakup, I must tell you. If you liked it, if it resonated with you, then do leave a comment. If you're interested in Bengali or Hindi tarot readings, then you might want to check out the other two channels that I have. The details of that you would find in the description box below. If you are interested in like spiritual discussions in Bengali, then you might want to subscribe to Kalpa Kendra Spiritual Discussions. It's where I do spiritual discussions in Bengali. Otherwise, if you need personal reading or spiritual guidance from me, then you can contact me on WhatsApp, email, or Instagram. I'll see you in another reading sometime very, very soon. Till then, take care. Hello, group 2. So, if you had selected this carnelian card, then welcome to your reading. What does the card say? Are you involved in a creative project or thinking about starting one? You are fertile with good ideas and the ability to conceive something magnificent. Have the courage to take action, to make your dreams come true. Allow yourself the time to create. Right. So, group 2. What do I know about this like group intuitively? The breakup that you two had must have been, yeah, it was difficult, but it wasn't difficult at first. It's only when you two separated, this person realized what they had lost. Because initially, I think this was a very like, you guys had a very good friendship between the two of you, and you were each other's cheerleaders and hype person. I don't know if I'm saying that right. English is not my native language, so sometimes I don't, because I don't have lived experience in this language, sometimes I just cannot get things right. But you understand, like your hype girl or your hype man, something like that. So and also very supportive of each other's passions. One of the things that I feel about this group is that you two could have separated because you felt that your passions and your visions will not align with each other's. Because I feel like your person especially could have been, this person I feel could have been very passionate about something. One of the things, if you are an Indian and if you know what I mean, if you can relate to it, if you've heard this song, Ilahi Mera Ji Aaye Aaye, what is the name of it? It's a Ranbir Kapoor movie. The name of the movie is Bachna Hai Hasino, I think. No, not Bachna Hai Hasino. Let me just know, like, remember the name. Yeah, so the name is Ye Jawani Hai Diwani. I had to Google that. I forgot. So in that movie, Ranbir Kapoor, the protagonist, plays the role of this guy who doesn't really care about his relationships and is extremely passionate about certain things in his life that he wants to achieve. He wanted to travel, and I'm not sure what he wanted to be, but I remember he wanted to travel and not get get into a committed relationship. He wanted his freedom and stuff like that. So this is what it feels like. This energy may be something that either you can relate to in terms of how you felt, or maybe how your person felt during this breakup, that they wanted so much more from life. And what they didn't realize is that it is going to get so difficult to get you out of their head and their heart, apparently. Why do I say this? I say this intuitively, but I also have somebody else in my support. Love quote number 19, which comes down to 10 and 1. So you were their number one person. They would often say this to others, that group 2 was this person who's like number one in my list. They have been with quite a few people, because this is an energy where they want to explore, not just in life, professionally. They also want to explore romantically. This is a person who's trying to find themselves, who's not sure about what they want in life, and is constant. Like, they're very invested in finding out who they are and who they want to be with, and it's a process. You just don't meet one person and then realize, oh, I want to be with this person for the rest of my life. I think it takes you a few detours and maybe sometimes a few relationships to understand who you want to be with. And this is giving me so much of the like Ranbir Kapoor in this movie vibes, and also this director who always makes movies about lost soul finding themselves, Imtiaz Ali, right? So that's the name of that director. Imtiaz Ali makes these movies where his protagonists are in this soul searching journey, trying to find themselves. So that's the vibe that I'm getting. And what is the quote that you have? The quote is this: ever has it been, it is one of my favorite quotes, by the way, ever has it been that love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation. Okay, so this is probably from the Prophet, and it's just one of my favorite quotes, and this thing speaks volumes, that this person had no idea before they got separated from you that you had made this kind of impact on their life, and that they will be a changed person once they have dated you and once they have come across you. Because yeah, like their life was really vibrant, not that it wasn't vibrant, not that it wasn't great adventurous, but you brought in something, like you brought in a flavor that made all the difference, that opened them up to a different sort of emotion, which energetically it's a feeling that they could not have conjured up in their head or thought that something like that can exist, or something like that can even be a reality. So this person wasn't prepared for the kind of shock that you were grouped to. I can definitely tell you that. And okay, about carnelian, this stone is associated with prosperity, and is is something that brings good luck, and it is basically, it will bring you a lot of great opportunities and stuff like that. So from the moment you entered this person's life, um again, a lot of movie references I'm getting, and I think it's this character, this character which is overused, in at least in Indian cinema. Whenever it comes to soul searching, we have a prototype, I think it's called archetype or prototype. Which word do I use? Sometimes I get so confused. Let me see. Yeah, so the word that I'm supposed to use is archetype and not prototype. Yeah, so archetype, this we have this archetypal character where every time there is a soul searching sort of a story, a character emerges which thinks that they have, like, the character thinks that they have got everything in their life, and everything sorted, and everything is like on point, and they just need to go out and date, and everything is great. And then they meet somebody, they fall in love, and then their life is like, I don't know what to do with my life anymore. I think I can remember another Imtiaz Ali movie which had a similar sort of story. His stories are typically very similar to one another. So this movie had Deepika Padukone and Saif Ali Khan in it, Love Aajkal. So there, Saif Ali Khan had this thing where he felt that he needs to go explore the world before he can make a decision about Deepika Padukone. Something very similar. Something very similar. This person, I think, yeah, and also this person got a lot of opportunity. No wonder we are king of wands. Got a lot of opportunity once you came into their life. This breakup could have happened. This breakup could have happened because of that opportunity, because they, and I think this was the case with Ranbir Kapoor in the movie that I mentioned as well, Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, and Saif Ali Khan in the movie that I mentioned. They had gotten some opportunity which took them away from this person that they were in relationship with. At that point they did not realize that that person had same story. At that time they did not realize that person had made such an impact in their life, and impact on their life. Forgive me for my grammatical mistakes. Although I'm a grammar Nazi, sometimes I just don't know which one to use. So yeah, impact on their life, and they eventually realize after dating a few people. So I feel like this person realized what impact you've had on their life only after they were with somebody else, or you guys went through complete separation. This is a person who realized eventually, and I think even if you were to hear from them about what you mean to them, it came after some time, after at least a few months, if not years. Okay, so yeah, so they got some opportunity, and at the time of the breakup they felt really magnetic. They really felt like, yeah, okay, it's just a relationship, so what. I think you were like, does this really mean nothing to you? I think you were a little shocked at their attitude or whatever. I think they were the one to actually initiate this breakup? Not sure again, but I think you might have felt very bad that this connection is ending, or how come it means nothing to this person. But this person thought that they would like two of wands, it felt to them that yeah, okay, this connection is ending. I mean, if at all I feel like this is the connection that I want, then I would reconnect with group 2 again. Otherwise we will find each other. There are a lot of fishes in the ocean or something like that. Suhail said when he used to write for T2, he used to use this expression a lot, and somehow I ended up having that in my subconscious, that we will always find somebody for ourselves, so we don't have to cry over spilled milk or something like that. Like if there's one relationship that does not work out, it is not the end of the world. That's what they felt. And they told you that they had a soft corner for you, or you were very, like, you were very nice to them, very kind to them. They could connect with you emotionally, and they did not think a big deal of it, like in the beginning. But I think in the like eventually it's gonna be something huge. Like it's gonna be something where that kind of changes the course of their life and their journey. We will discuss that eventually. And also there's 10 of wands. So at this point as well, they realize that at some level it is difficult for them to just get used to the idea that they are gonna get separated from you, but they don't think that it's going to be that much of a problem. But there's more to be seen regarding how this is going. Let's pull some more cards. Right, group 2. So we are back in business. I had to take a short break, or maybe a long break. Anyway, you would not even see it as a break, so it's okay. Group 2, we were discussing how it was difficult for your person to make this transition from moving on from this connection to something else, maybe another connection or something else in their life. We are not denying that, neither is your person, but your person was more engrossed in just the nitty-gritties of that transition. They were excited also for that change, so there's a lot that they didn't realize was happening. The Star. Eventually it started off like their feelings towards you started off like the sparks started coming up like sporadic moments of inspiration. Like they would suddenly feel inspired by something that you must have said or done, something where they can remember you, and it became clear to them. I think they would call you from time to time to tell you something like, hey, I just saw this and then it reminded me of you. I remember how you said that you like this. Or if they move to another country, they would call you up to tell you more about that culture or that country that they moved to, and they would be like, I saw this and I immediately thought that if you were here you would have loved it, and this and that. So it feels like you guys did not lose the friendship, but it could have been so that it used to hurt you a little bit, how they thought that it was okay for them to call you anytime they wanted to say something, and they wanted to keep the friendship even if it lost that romantic aspect to it. So you could have been the one drawing that boundary and telling them that, look, I don't think I'm totally okay with this, because I feel like the High Priestess, because I feel like they did not understand a lot about what this connection what this connection is, and their intuition would tell them that they are it's only when you try to draw a boundary per se, and just be like, I don't think we should talk so often, or you don't have to call me so often, understand how things have changed between us. It is only when you started saying things like that that it started hitting them that they have really lost you. I think it took them a while. This is a connection that did not, like, this person could not process immediately the effect of this separation, but it started making sense to them bit by bit how they have lost you. And I think it could have been you who made it clear that something has changed. They were not even okay with accepting that something has changed. 10 of Wands still. So yeah, it seemed like a lot for this person to accept this sort of change, whatever happened in their life, right? Now we would look into the details a little bit more. So what was their breakup feels? So how did it feel? Queen of Pentacles. Okay, a little bit more on this. Knight of Wands. They were aware they were aware that they were moving on from something very solid, because you see how Queen of Pentacles is here with the baby and Knight of Wands is like moving away from her, but Knight of Wands is like still looking at her, still looking at Queen of Pentacles and being like, hey, I am still thinking of you, or I miss you, or I know things have changed, but I have you at the back of my mind, or hey, like that, bye. As if they were thinking when they were moving away from you, they thought that you are the one who's supposed to stay where you are and just tend to your things. They are the ones leaving for an adventure. Queen of Pentacles is more like a very solid, stable sort of energy, so it felt like they were moving for something from something solid and stable to something more adventurous, and something which they had to start from scratch, but it was more, there was something very much fun and new and fresh about what they were gonna do at this point. And they didn't, it doesn't feel like an emotional challenge at this point. I think what they thought is that there are great opportunities ahead of them. 9 of Wands, Queen of Wands. This person, right after they left you, they started dating. They started dating. If it at all hit them about what you meant to them, it happened after they had dated at least one person, or more than one person. So more than one person. So 5 of Wands. Eventually they realize that they have a chaotic sort of chemistry with others, and they started looking up why they feel like it's a problem, why they cannot date in peace, and they realize that they want something which is more solid and more stable, something that you had offered, the Hierophant and the Tower. And it eventually, the Tower was sitting at, as the back of the deck energy for a while, if you had noticed, and basically when they thought of settling down later, it actually hit them like a ton of bricks, that they had actually made a mistake with you. This feeling is supposed to yeah, 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups, like this feeling that they made a mistake moving on, or they didn't realize this thing, that the connect. Actually, I just did a personal reading, and I was actually like discussing something about how this person did not realize so many years back when they met somebody. They didn't realize the depth of their feelings and connection, but eventually after they got married to, I don't want to give away the gender of the person, and that's why I'm using they, but it's just one person that I'm talking about. So after they got married and everything, there was a realization about how that person that they moved on from or did not pay attention to meant so much to them, that they didn't even that so much to them that they had no idea that how can a person mean so much. So something like this happened, and it happened like I had this reading, I had to do this reading in between this reading. So there seems to be a very strong connection with somebody moving on to another connection. And then trust me, I had narrated the story to you about Imtiaz Ali movies and everything, and that's exactly the kind of reading I just did in between your reading, exactly the same. So I think there are many synchronicities that are telling me that this person moved on to another connection or something else, and then realized that there was something fundamentally deep about you that they failed to notice, and then they were like, oh my god, I have this person at the back of my mind, I don't know what to do with the 10 of Pentacles. um, it seems to me that what they think about this connection is that they're not going to be able to have what they see. If this person patched up with you and is now currently with you, then it is a different thing, because that would make this person very happy, I feel. But if not, if this person is not with you, this person has probably not been able to replace you. This person still thinks that money or a lot of luxuries in life will make them happy, but at some level they are aware that you're the one that got away, that you are the one that is probably more of a perfect match for them. I'm not sure again if you guys are together. This person seems like somebody who prioritizes fame and wealth over emotional connection, and I feel like they're still like that. It's not like they have learned their lesson. No, I feel they're still like that. They still think that it's the choices that they made were their destiny. If they could go back in time, they would probably make these choices, similar choices again, and that's what they feel sorry about. They know that they are this person, they know that they are this person that they have chosen to be, but yet they feel like if they had an opportunity to keep you by their side, they would be happier. With all that has happened, I think this person is now very successful. Not sure if it is resonating, do let me know. I think this person at some level is very successful now, but the feeling is that of regret with you, because they eventually, as they grew up and their energy settled down a little bit, they realized that what this person is going to find wealth at some point in their life. Okay, but there's going to be this regret that they carry about you. So that's your reading, group 2. I'm not sure if you are interested in this person, but this person might be still interested in you. Eventually with time, they would start getting more and more interested in you, but whether or not you accept them is a different story, because you might just be like, because this is a collective reading, I can pick up on your energy where you are like initially they hurt you, but now you're just used to it, and now probably don't want to have anything to do with them. So that's also another issue. So anyway, group 2, that's your reading. Let me know if it resonated, and if you liked it, then I love reading your comments. And what else do I have to say? If you are interested in Hindi and Bengali tarot readings, then do subscribe to the other 2 channels that I have, if you understand those languages. If you understand Bengali, then I also do spiritual discussions in Bengali in my channel, Kalpa Kendra, on my channel, Kalpa Kendra Spiritual Discussions. If you are interested in getting a personal reading or spiritual discussion, like doing spiritual discussion with me personally or doing inner work with me, then you can contact me on WhatsApp, Instagram, and email. Otherwise, I'll see you in another reading sometime very, very soon. Till then, take care. Hello group 3. So if you had selected the appetite card, then welcome to your reading. Oh, get focused. Yes. So the card says, are you feeling agitated? Is there something you find hard to swallow? Are you having digestive difficulties? Okay, this person might have had digestive difficulties or the beginning of digestive difficulties after the breakup. I'll tell you why I feel that. Pay attention to pay attention to what you are thinking or talking about while you eat. Yeah, wholesome food, thoughts, and conversation can make things easier to process and accept. Right, so why I felt this person has digestive difficulties after the breakup or once you guys got separated is not because it came up here, but one, yes, because of this, but two, also because digestive difficulties is related to not being able to tolerate something that happens to us or tolerate other people around us or something like that. This person, especially group 3, had a very difficult time accepting that this connection was over, and it kind of triggered a sort of psychic episode where they were able to access information about past life and also look at their future and understand their karma with you a little bit. Why? Because this person found it so hard to accept what has happened between the two of you, or what had happened between the two of you, that they immediately started questioning God. That God, why? And this is a card of meditation, spiritual, not card, but stone of meditation and spiritual insights. So what this person did right after breakup, what I can feel intuitively. By the way, I called you group 3, right? Sometimes I make these mistakes, yeah, right? So what this person did is that they started knocking on the door of God, and being like, God, why? God, why did you do this to me? Why did I meet this person? Why? As an Indian, I can relate to so many songs which say basically the same thing, that I wish I had not met you. Or you can just think about the song, The Night We Met. Okay, how there is a sense of regret in meeting. I hope the song talks about that. What I mean basically is this sense of regret that you feel after meeting somebody who breaks your heart, and then you wish that you had never met the person. So something like that happened to this person, and this person had gone into that zone where they could easily access information, very deep spiritual information, because they cared to look deep within themselves for answers, where they completely were like, I don't know if if the hermit card will show up. I'm a Bengali, so I have a problem of overemphasizing on vowels, so hermit becomes hermit for me. So this I have this accent problem, sorry. Anyway, so this person probably reached out deep within themselves to look for answers, and that is when a proverbial veil got lifted, and they saw certain things about the spirit world, which they might have believed or might not have believed, because we can get spiritual insights and not believe, because our mind tries to absolutely negate any spiritual insights that we might develop, because our mind is trained by the matrix to believe in rational, logical and practical reality, and not be swayed by spiritual insights, or intuition. So intuitive hits. So this person probably got this understanding at that point, that they had some karma, and they might have said this to you or to other people, that I had some karma that I was paying for with this person. This person was here to hurt me because I have probably done something, or I needed this lesson. This person ended up calling you a very necessary lesson in their life, but trust me, it wasn't easy, and that's why they call you a lesson, by the way. Anyway, the love code that you have from a deck that I made myself, all credit goes to me, but this is love code number 12, so it comes down to 3. What do I feel about 3? This person went absolutely silent after you left them. I don't know if the hermit card will show up, but there's a lot of hermit energy. Everyone in life is gonna hurt you, right? You just have to figure out which people are worth the pain. Yeah, Erica Bacon. So you were worth the pain, they're saying that you were probably worth the pain, or some of them even said that everybody's gonna hurt you, but you have to figure out whether or not this person is worth the pain, and they figured out that you're not. And so that's how they moved on, figuring it out, that thinking out loud, that if you were worth the pain, then things would have been different with you. Some people thought you as, yes, you were worth the pain, and most of them, mind you, thought that whoever you're asking about, this person thought that you are worth the pain, because there's a sense of totally losing their sense of balance after you left them, and reaching out to, when do we reach out to that place deep within ourselves, where all information about our soul and our incarnations and everything is stored? Appetite talks about that. When do we reach out to that place? When do we go so deep within ourselves, when we are that hurt? So this person was incredibly hurt once you left them. And also, as back of the deck energy, not that I shuffled it, but the card that chose to stay on this side of our conversation is 3 of Swords. So we'll look more into what happened. And I don't like how the shuffling happened, so we're gonna shuffle it one more time, no problem. Ooh, yeah, much better. So what happened? What is group three's person's breakup feelings? The Hanged Man. What did I say? Totally silent. They wanted a different perspective into what had happened, and they what started questioning everything. They were like, why did I go through this? Why did I have to face this? Why did I meet group three? What was the reason for this? They wanted all sorts of spiritual questions about this connection. Yeah, the High Priestess with the Page of Pentacles. They slowly started either visiting astrologers or visiting psychics or therapists and asking questions about why did they meet you, why did they attract a connection like this, why did they have to go through this, did they try to fight this very hard. I'm not sure if you're aware of their struggle, but they tried to fight this thing very hard. It wasn't easy. We have two knights, Knight of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. They tried so hard to focus on themselves. It was a big struggle. It was a complete transformation for them, complete transformation of their reality. Once you left, it's like they weren't the same person once you left their life. This person took the breakup, this breakup that we are talking about. No, not like today we spoke about breakups and collectively we addressed a lot of breakups, right? But this group has like was hit the hardest. They took it the hardest. This person was unable to totally process. Yeah, what did I say, my friend? The Hermit showed up, the Devil, the Hermit. Oh my god, my heart is breaking. They were like, why is the world like this? Why are we as humans, are we so like so selfish? Why, how come the people that we love the most hurt us the most? What is this thing? They really, and we have three major arcanas questioning the nature of this world: Death, the Devil, the Hermit. Why is the reality the way it is? It wasn't easy, my friend. It wasn't easy at all. Two of Swords, it's like they had no answers. Seven of Pentacles, they just waited and waited for answers, for something, for God to give them an indication, for something to tell them that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that it is all going to get better. They accepted it as their destiny, but they kept asking questions and they just kept, you know what they said to themselves, the mantra that they had when you left them, or when this was over. Maybe, you know, I don't know who left who, but when this was over, this person kept telling themselves, time heals everything. And they gave themselves time because they knew nothing else would work. They knew that they had to just give it to the universe, just surrender it to the universe, and trust that one day they'll wake up and not remember you. This is what the breakup was like. Honestly, group three, I mean, this was like really hard. I mean, even when I'm doing this reading, you don't know, a part of me literally aches because I'm able to remember some of the breakups which shook me up this way, and I know what it feels like. This is like, this person just had to trust God, not because this person knew there is a God, but this person didn't have any other option. They trusted in the oblivion that time heals everything, and that this was destiny, this was meant to happen. Probably they will someday understand, and they had a vision of some perfect person entering their life, and they thought that someday, maybe if I by any chance meet that person, I'm going to understand why this happened. Why do I say that, you know, they had a vision of a perfect person entering their life? Because this is a person who's aware of either, you know, they are accessing spiritual insights. Once the breakup happened, they're asking questions, spiritual questions. Also, with the Wheel of Fortune, it feels like this person is aware of, maybe at a subconscious level or at the soul level, aware of cycle of birth and rebirth and karma, and that we are here for a reason, and people show up in our world, in our reality, for a reason. So I feel like this person is aware at some level, and they're asking these questions, right? So we are gonna look into it a little bit more and find out about this connection a little bit more. What was their breakup feelings like? How did group three's person feel Hearing. Oh my god, I actually got this card which is not even a tarot card, which is an extra, not even an extra. It's just, yeah, this is an extra card which is not even a tarot card. Oh, so right, I saw Three of Swords again. No wonder. So, what was their feeling like? What was group three's person's feeling like? Five of Pentacles. No kidding. No kidding. The Sun. They felt like they couldn't work. They felt like they couldn't go anywhere, but they still tried to show up every day to their work, and they found it really difficult to smile. Sun talks about happiness. They really found it difficult to act happy and just be this jolly person. They found it difficult to show up like a sunflower in the world, and if they had people that they had to make happy, maybe their family, friends, or children, then they had the hardest time just showing up as a happy person. King of Pentacles. This person had people depending on them, and this person had to balance themselves so that they can take the responsibilities that are already shouldered on them. So Four of Swords. Obviously, they took some break. There was some break that they had to take and just recuperate and just be like come into to find their mojo once again, because they lost it. They lost it in the process, and it was difficult. It was there were times when this person felt like I don't even want to do this. I don't want to talk to anybody. Forget this. This world is not for me. Nothing is for me. They just wanted to be by themselves, and there were times when probably they went for a retreat or just went like okay, I just want to go away from this connection. And probably that is where, and after struggling a lot, suddenly this Four of Wands, suddenly this person finds something, either you or no, I not you, but find something, either, yeah, this person ends up with somebody else eventually, and that is when they get better, I hope. Nope. Nope. Why is this tower here? Three of Cups. I don't know, did this person get married? Five of Swords. Did this person get married in order to escape this connection? Yeah, this is actually that pile of a person who would eventually, to escape the pain, would eventually, might get married to somebody else or end up in another connection and realize that it is a rebound connection, which they ended up attracting because they weren't willing to do the inner work or the energy work and not work on themselves and understand their trauma, or unload their baggage themselves. So what they ended up doing is that they attracted a partner who they could just lean on, and ended up in a relationship where they realized that it was just a relationship with which they were trying to forget you. It ended up again very, very badly. It messed up this person, and also the friendship that they had with either this person that they ended up having a connection with, or even with you. And you probably understood that this person was trying to get over you, but a lot of people didn't understand that. A lot of people thought that this person was just messed up. The Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Cups. Eventually this person had to reconnect with their feelings and be like, I have to wait for the right person. But the Queen of Cups showing up, yeah, Ten of Pentacles. This person, eventually, I think this person would realize, Ten of Swords, after running away a lot, I think this person would realize that there are things that they need to surrender. The Hermit again, and I know that the Hermit needs to show up because this pile speaks Hermit energy, where again and again they're trying to escape their wounds, and then their scars are just chasing them, and they have to address the elephant in their world, in their reality, not in the room but in their reality, inside of their mind. And the elephant is their unhealed trauma, and they're trying to process, trying to understand, trying to make sense of things at a later stage. Maybe if they are diligent at it, and they like if at all they're able to do justice, they'll probably find some answers. Otherwise, for a lot of people choosing this group, this person is still unable to resolve their issues. They're unable to understand why they attracted this connection or heartbreak, and they are still a little sorry a little I want to say messed up in their head, but Again, it obviously feels bad to say that about anybody. This person, if they ended up with somebody because they were trying to escape from their own shadow, or escape from their own problems, then that relationship is also supposed to end up very poorly. You might be aware of it or might not be aware of it, but this is an escapist from what it looks like, and it is going to be very, very hard for this person to address their issues. There could be a lot of issues: codependency, one of them; fear of abandonment, another. So some issues are there which got triggered by your breakup. And I think that you would, if you are aware, you would know that this person had a very difficult time since then, and it's not been easy. I don't think, of all the three piles, this person seems to be the only person, the only pile where they are not attributing anything that they went through to you directly. They are not saying that everything that happened to them happened because of you. They're calling it their destiny, with the wheel of fortune showing up again and again, here. It's like they're calling it their destiny, that they had to go through this and that's why they're going through this. They are not directly blaming it on you in any way. Yes, it was difficult for them, but they're calling it their destiny. They're like, yeah, this was meant to happen to me. From the person that I had become and the energy that I had, I was manifesting all these things into my life. So there's no direct blame or direct accusations of anything. They are taking responsibility for everything, but they are also in a mess, and they understand that the mess has been created by them. This is not a mess created by someone else. They're not saying it ever. So that's your reading, group 3. If you liked it, let me know in the comments. For more readings like this, subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in Hindi and Bengali tarot readings, then you might want to subscribe to the other 2 channels that I have, if these are the languages that you understand. If you understand Bengali, then I also do spiritual discussions on my channel, Kalpa Kendra Spiritual Discussions. If you're interested in getting a personal reading or spiritual guidance from me, I also do inner work with my clients. So if you are interested in any of these services, then you can get in touch with me on WhatsApp, email, or Instagram. Otherwise, I'll see you in another reading sometime very, very soon. Till then, take care.